Hello everyone, welcome to the Foundation virtual event. I'm Logan Muhlenbein, the Assistant General Manager at the Detroit Yacht Club.
Hi, I'm Bunker Kelly, DYC's Hemingway.
Bunker and I will be making and trying a Tito's Restoration Mule tonight.
This is a perfect fall drink.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the things I like about the DYC, and Logan does, and his team does such a great job, is they come up with timely drinks and meals.
So we're going to start off by adding ice to our copper mule mug. If you don't have a copper mule mug at home, you're welcome to use some sort of plastic, glass, whatever you want. So we're going to add ice. We're going to add 1.5 ounces of Tito's handmade vodka, which is a large sponsor in our foundation event tonight.
Tito's has been very, very generous to the foundation over the years, and we thank them from the bottom of our heart.
So we use 1.5 ounces of Tito's. We're going to use 2 ounces of apple cider that is bought locally. Hello everyone, welcome to the Foundation virtual event. I'm Logan Muhlenbein, the Assistant General Manager at the Detroit Yacht Club.
Hi, I'm Bunker Kelly, DYC's Hemingway.
Bunker and I will be making and trying a Tito's Restoration Mule tonight.
This is a perfect fall drink.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the things I like about the DYC, and Logan does, and his team does such a great job, is they come up with timely drinks and meals.
So we're going to start off by adding ice to our copper mule mug. If you don't have a copper mule mug at home, you're welcome to use some sort of plastic, glass, whatever you want. So we're going to add ice. We're going to add 1.5 ounces of Tito's handmade vodka, which is a large sponsor in our foundation event tonight.
Tito's has been very, very generous to the foundation over the years, and we thank them from the bottom of our heart.
So we use 1.5 ounces of Tito's. We're going to use 2 ounces of apple cider that is bought locally.
Oh, I got it from Franklin earlier today.
We're going to do 1 to 2 ounces of simple syrup. Simple syrup you can either buy in the store or you can make it at home. It's simple. It's just sugar and water, about half and half of each. Next, we're going to add ginger beer, about 1.5 ounces of ginger beer, just for the spice. 2 to 3 drops of bitters. We're going to use a stirring spoon. If you don't have a stirring spoon at home, a regular spoon, a fork, anything that you can stir with. We're going to add a garnish of a cinnamon stick and a cinnamon donut that Bunker also picked up today. Bunker, why don't you give that a try?
It looks great. Oh, God, the cinnamon. Wow, Logan, that's fantastic.
Cheers to you. Cheers to a great night. Enjoy the event.
Oh, I do have a question though, Logan.
Sure, Bunker.
This tastes fantastic, but what if my friend didn't want to have alcohol?
Bunker, that's a great question. You can make this cocktail without alcohol, just taking out the Tito's vodka. Same recipe.
I'm staying with the Tito's version. It's yummy. Hey, Logan, by my understanding, our distributor for Makers 46 is Beam Centauri, which is a distributor for this part of the country, and they're great sponsors for the foundation also, and we want to thank them from the bottom of our hearts for all they've done for us over the years. Thank you, and this is a great product. Can you do something with that to make it special?
Absolutely. I've came up with a cocktail called a Restoration Old Fashioned. I can make that for you right now. So what we do is we first take a Luxardo cherry. Some of you may not have heard of a Luxardo cherry. A Luxardo cherry is a very flavorful cherry, very sticky, almost like the purest of cherries. You can get these at any grocery store. If you don't have them, you can use a regular cherry, it's perfectly fine. Next, we are going to add a orange. We're going to take it, both of them, and we're going to muddle them. If you don't have a muddler at home, you can use a spoon, back of a knife, anything that's kind of wide to smush it up.
So this brings the flavors out of it?
Absolutely. You know, there's more flavors in the peel than anything. So that's why we kind of want to get in there. So after we muddle it, we're going to add 2 ounces of Makers 46.
46 have a significance too, because you told me, I think, is that the originators of Makers, Mark, did 45 other recipes before this one they thought was perfect.
That is correct, Bunker. We're going to use about 5 to 6 drops of bitters, about a 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. Add some ice to it. After the ice, we're going to use a stirring spoon. And then for a garnish, because I love these cherries so much, we're going to use another Luxardo cherry. Stab it through the orange. Just rest it right there on top.
Let me see on this one.
Give that a try,
It
Bunker.
looks great. Oh, does that smell good? Oh my goodness gracious. That's perfect. And that cherry, it just adds something.
Yeah,
Wow. Thank you, Logan.
absolutely, Bunker.
You're the best.
I'd like to thank you all for joining us. It's going to be a great night. Thank you for supporting the foundation.
From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank everybody who's supporting the foundation. Make one or both of these. You're going to have a great time tonight.
Enjoy and have a social distance. Cheers.
Cheers.
The stars are above you, yet linger a while. They whisper, I love you, oh, linger a while. And when you have gone away, every hour seems like a day. I've something to tell you, oh, linger a while.
everyone. Welcome to the Foundation virtual event. I'm Logan Muhlenbein, the Assistant General Manager at the Detroit Yacht Club.
Hi, I'm Bunker Kelly, DYC's Hemingway.
Bunker and I will be making and trying a Tito's Restoration Mule tonight.
This is a perfect fall drink.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the things I like about the DYC, and Logan does, and his team does such a great job, is they come up with timely drinks and meals.
So we're gonna start off by adding ice to our Copper Mule mug. If you don't have a Copper Mule mug at home, you're welcome to use some sort of plastic, glass, whatever you want. So we're gonna add ice. We're gonna add 1.5 ounces of Tito's handmade vodka, which is a large sponsor in our foundation event tonight.
Tito's has been very, very generous to the foundation over the years, and we thank them from the bottom of our heart.
So we use 1.5 ounces of Tito's. We're gonna use 2 ounces of apple cider that is bought locally.
Oh, I got it from Franklin earlier today.
We're gonna do 1 to 2 ounces of simple syrup. Simple syrup you can either buy in the store or you can make it at home. It's simple, it's just sugar and water, about half and half of each. Next, we're gonna add ginger beer, about 1.5 ounces of ginger beer, just for the spice. 2 to 3 drops of bitters. We're gonna use a stirring spoon. If you don't have a stirring spoon at home, a regular spoon, a fork, anything that you can stir with. We're gonna add a garnish of a cinnamon stick and a cinnamon donut that Bunker also picked up today. Bunker, why don't you give that a try?
It looks great. Oh, God, the cinnamon. Wow, Logan, that's fantastic.
Cheers to you. Cheers to a great night. Enjoy the event.
Oh, I do have a question though, Logan.
Sure, Bunker.
This tastes fantastic, but what if my friend didn't want to have alcohol?
Bunker, that's a great question. You can make this cocktail without alcohol, just taking out the Tito's vodka. Same recipe.
I'm staying with the Tito's version. It's yummy. Hey, Logan, by my understanding, our distributor for Makers 46 is Beam Centauri, which is a distributor for this part of the country, and they're great sponsors for the foundation also, and we want to thank them from the bottom of our hearts for all they've done for us over the years. Thank you, and this is a great product. Can you do something with that to make it special?
Absolutely. I've came up with a cocktail called a Restoration Old Fashioned. I can make that for you right now. So what we do is we first take a Luxardo cherry. Some of you may not have heard of a Luxardo cherry. A Luxardo cherry is a very flavorful cherry, very sticky, almost like the purest of cherries. You can get these at any grocery store. If you don't have them, you can use a regular cherry, it's perfectly fine. Next, we are going to add a orange. We're going to take it, both of them, and we're going to muddle them. If you don't have a muddler at home, you can use a spoon, back of a knife, anything that's kind of wide to smush it up.
So this brings the flavors out of it?
Absolutely. You know, there's more flavors in the peel than anything. So that's why we kind of want to get in there. So after we muddle it, we're going to add 2 ounces of Makers 46.
46 have a significance too, because you told me, I think, is that the originators of Makers, Mark, did 45 other recipes before this one they thought was perfect.
That is correct, Bunker. We're going to use about 5 to 6 drops of bitters, about a 1/4 ounce of simple syrup. Add some ice to it. After the ice, we're going to use a stirring spoon. And then for a garnish, because I love these cherries so much, we're going to use another Luxardo cherry. Stab it through the orange. Just rest it right there on top.
Let me see on this one.
Give that a try,
It
Bunker.
looks great. Oh, does that smell good? Oh my goodness gracious. That's perfect. And that cherry, it just adds something.
Yeah,
Wow. Thank you, Logan.
absolutely, Bunker.
You're the best.
I'd like to thank you all for joining us. It's going to be a great night. Thank you for supporting the foundation.
From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank everybody who's supporting the foundation. Make one or both of these. You're going to have a great time tonight.
Enjoy and have a social distance. Cheers.
Cheers.
The stars are above you, yet linger a while. They whisper, I love you, oh, linger a while. And when you have gone away, every hour seems like a day. I've something to tell you, oh, linger a while.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the virtual Detroit Yacht Club fundraiser here at the Clubhouse. I'm here in the empty ballroom, and we've got a fun night for you planned. Tonight, we're gonna do a whole lot of things, including we're gonna learn all about the history of this wonderful building. We're also gonna see what the foundation has already done to restore the building. We're gonna hear from our supporters, and we've got a great silent auction for you guys to bid on. So before we get to all of that, I do wanna introduce you to the president of the Detroit Yacht Club Foundation, Mark Lifter. Hello.
Hello there. Thank you, Kim. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Of course.
We're delighted to have you as our MC.
Thank you.
And of course, we know that you have a history with the Detroit Yacht Club, your family and you. In fact, we have some photographic proof of that history. So let's see if we can see that.
Yes, this place is near and dear to me. Believe it or not, the girl on the screen right now is me. I think I'm about 7 years old there. My family joined the Detroit Yacht Club in 1997, and that's where I learned how to swim in the indoor pool. So as you would assume, this building, this yacht club means more than I can even put into words. So being a part of this event warms my heart. When I got the call to be the MC, I was honored and flattered, so thank you so much for that.
We're happy you're happy, and we're happy you're here. So thanks again, Kim. I want to thank all of you who are joining us tonight. You are the people that power the progress here at the Detroit Yacht Club Clubhouse. If not for you, we wouldn't be able to accomplish much of anything. So we thank those of you that are online tonight, and those of you who couldn't join us tonight. But we really appreciate everything you folks have been doing for us, and we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Let's start with a little bit of fun. This is kind of a party tonight.
Yes, it is.
And you saw our videos on how to make our restoration cocktails. So we have a restoration cocktail that's based on our sponsors Tito's handmade vodka that we call the Restoration Mule. And we also have the Maker's 46, another sponsor of ours, who makes and we came up with a recipe for a Maker's 46 Old Fashioned. And there's some non-alcoholic versions for those if you're so inclined. So let's raise a glass to our amazing clubhouse and to the wonderful people that support us and are preserving the legacy of this building and the legacy of the Detroit Yacht Club. So let's toast to a great evening.
Cheers, Mark.
Cheers. Cheers.
Delicious.
That's pretty good. Now our cups were a little too big for our little mini donuts and cinnamon sticks, but that's part of the formula. You should try it. It's pretty good.
Yes, it's very good. Well, here in the Clubhouse, everyone has their own favorite place. There's so many places to pick from. So before we hear from all of our supporters, Mark, what's your favorite place here in the Clubhouse?
Okay, yeah, I was asked that question, and there's lots of great places in the Clubhouse, obviously, but one place that maybe doesn't get as much attention, but I like it, and that is the so-called Power Squadron room, which is off of the sweepstakes room. It's up behind us, and one of the great things about it is the balcony that looks down on this fabulous ballroom. And it's a nice space on its own. But you'll hear a lot more from people about the whole variety of places they like in this clubhouse.
Yes, and speaking of which, let's hear from some of the fans of the Clubhouse right now about what they love about the Detroit Yacht Club.
Hi, I'm Colleen Tompkins, and my favorite room in the club is the River Vista room. To me, it has the best view of anywhere at the club. You're overlooking the water, the marina, and downtown. It's great.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the DYC Foundation fundraiser. My name is Elaine Didier, and it's my pleasure to be in the dining room of this beautiful facility. One of my favorite places in the club, or features, is the Pewabic tile fountain behind me. The Pewabic tile is such a wonderful institution and a part of the history of Detroit. It's really marvelous that all of us get to enjoy their beautiful work here at the Detroit Yacht Club. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kyle, and this is my husband Andy Dold, and our favorite place at the DYC is...
It's the baby jail, toy room, where we can lock our kids when we go to the bar.
Hi, I'm Greg Girdler. My favorite thing about the DYC is the indoor swimming pool. I love the Pewabic tile and the history that surrounds it, and I think it's absolutely beautiful.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Hammond, and I've been a social member at the DYC for 5 years, and one of my favorite places is absolutely the pool and the tiki bar, because this is where all of the members come together, whether you're a boater or you're a social member, and there's so much diversity, and there's so many different types of members here, and there's so much inclusion, and it just has a great vibe and a great spirit, and I love everything about it. And as well, when I pull up on the island and I come over the bridge onto the property of the DYC, it's just so beautiful with the Spanish roof and the tile and how amazing and epic this clubhouse is. I mean, it's clear that it's been more than a century in the making, and it's lovely.
Hi, I'm John Tompkins. My favorite room in the club, right up there in the East Ballroom. That's where I got my first kiss at about 12 years old. I love the fact that they've now restored the beautiful painting architecture on the ceiling. It's beautiful.
Hi, my name is John Van Stipdunk. My very favorite architectural detail in our clubhouse is this magnificent poetic tile fountain found in the main dining room.
Hi, it's Mark Lifter. It's hard to pick out a single space or feature of the DYC Clubhouse because there's so many great things. But one little space that I like is the so-called Power Squadron room next to the sweepstakes room. What's nice about it is the small area, kind of an elegant little space with its own bar. That's not a bad thing. And a great view from the balcony of our amazing ballroom.
My name is Joel Carr. My favorite part of the DYC is the fountain and the fountain room dining room because it is a good reminder of times past and times to come.
My name is Braden Dold, and I like the sailboat in the clubhouse, and I really like it because it was made by hand, and it's really good.
Hi, my name is Lois Van Stipdunk. My favorite architectural feature is the lovely fireplace that's here in the east part of the ballroom. And I love it because I feel like I'm a queen.
Hi, my name is Sarah McEntee. I've been a member here for over 10 years now. When I started here as a member, I was actually in college, and one of my favorite rooms in the yacht club is the second floor library. We actually used to sit up there and study, and we used to introduce everyone to Mrs. Dodge as we went in. We would use the bench at the back, and it was just such a really nice, relaxing place to look over the harbor and get our studying in such a grand, beautiful place.
So many great places around the club. It's almost hard to choose your favorite one. But now it is time to introduce our silent auction. So get your phones out and get ready to bid. We've got some great items. To name a few, I'll start with item 621, which is a wild bingo fun night and great Italian food in Royal Oak. Now, not exactly sure how wild this could get, but it sounds pretty wild. Drag Queen Bingo. This is not what your grandma played, okay? So you'll laugh till it hurts. 2 tickets, no expiration date. It also includes a $140 gift card, 2 for 2. That is at Trattoria di Luigi restaurant in Royal Oak. So a fun night out in Royal Oak. How about Paris? That sounds fun. We've got a great trip to Paris if you're interested in that. Now, this starting bid is at $4,150, and it's valued at over $5,000. So you want to snag this one for sure. We'll take you over to, well, you'll pay for your airfare to Paris, but once you're there, you're going to get 5 days and 4 nights at the Bedford Hotel. You're also going to get a cruise on the river, a stunning 3-course wine tasting dinner, French cooking class, and daily complimentary breakfast. That's item 111. Moving on, country music fans, this one is for you. How about a trip to Nashville? We have a trip for 4 days and 3 nights. Now, this is at the 21-seat Museum Hotel, and you'll experience Nashville at its finest. You'll get, everything from tours, performances, country music, Hall of Fame. So get your cowboy hats ready and bid on this one. The starting bid is $2,000. That one is valued at $2,500. But if you're looking to keep it local, we've got great places here as well. Birmingham is a great place for a date night. So how about a night out at the Townsend Hotel and also a $200 gift card to Bonefish Grill in Troy or Novi. Just a fun date night for you and your significant other. That is valued at $550. The starting bid is $400. Again, that is item 301. So again, get out your phones, get to bidding. Remember, it is all for a good cause too. And don't forget also, the money that you spend tonight may be tax deductible. And moving along, I do want to mention that we do have a little piece here from the DYC Commodore about why the Detroit Yacht Club Foundation is so important to him. And then after that, we're going to take you for a little video tour and teach you some history about the club.
Good evening, I'm Gordon Didier, currently Commodore of the Detroit Yacht Club. It's a pleasure to be with you for At Home for Clubhouse Restoration this evening. As members of the Detroit Yacht Club, we share a magnificent clubhouse, which also is a massive structure that now is almost 100 years old. At 93,000 square feet, she is the largest yacht club facility in North America. Maintaining the building has become increasingly difficult as it has aged, and for some time, multi-year assessments along with dues increases became commonplace. As a result, the increasing cost of membership made it difficult for some members to remain part of our club. The creation of the Detroit Yacht Club Foundation in 2011 has had a very positive impact on the ability of our club to provide better value for our members. By taking on responsibility for some of the major capital restoration projects at the clubhouse, the foundation, combined with stronger business and financial management of the club itself, has helped to eliminate multi-year assessments and even lower the dues structure. This has made the DYC more affordable and maintained our tradition of being welcoming and accessible for members from all walks of life. At the same time, those members who are committed and able to provide additional support for the club can do so through tax-deductible contributions to the foundation, instead of requiring everyone to pay special assessments from year to year. This combination of benefits has made the DYC Foundation of enormous value, not only to restoring and protecting our clubhouse, but also in making the DYC itself a more broadly accessible, vibrant, and financially sound club. Both my wife Elaine and I are hopeful that this beneficial relationship will continue for many years to come, restoring the clubhouse to its historic grandeur while also keeping the Detroit Yacht Club affordable to a broad range of members. We encourage all of you to join with us in supporting the DYC Foundation this evening and in the future. We hope that everyone enjoys tonight's very special event.
For almost 100 years, this beautiful clubhouse has served as a reflection of current times in the larger community tempo, always sharing in the joys and challenges of changing times. She is part of an island in a city with a long and rich history. Native Americans called the swampy island in the Detroit River Wannabes, the Swan. French farmers cultivating the then 704-acre island in the early 1700s called her El Cochon. Hog Island, referring to the legend that hogs were released to control the snake population. The land retained its name, and it passed first to the British in 1760, then to the United States in 1783. By 1840, a ferry service was bringing happy picnickers to the island. In 1845, a group of gentlemen decided Hog Island did not do justice to the beauty of the spot. In honor of the ladies they were escorting, they deemed Belle Isle, Beautiful Island, to be a more descriptive name. The Detroit Yacht Club traces its formation to 1868, but it did not establish a presence on Belle Isle until 1895 with the purchase of the former Michigan Yacht Club building. A 1904 fire necessitated the construction of the second Belle Isle clubhouse, and operations continued at the Swim Beach site until 1923. Memorial Day 1923 marked the grand opening of the George Mason Design Clubhouse, the fourth for the DYC. This iconic building is a tribute to both architectural and engineering ingenuity. Not only was an extraordinary building erected, but the islet it sits on was created from the dirt and rock excavated from the foundation of the blooming downtown Detroit skyscrapers. Members were able to retire the $700,000 construction debt in 1945. The post-war era through present day has witnessed many changes, both to the clubhouse and the city, but the essential character of the building has remained true to its origins. Its history and magnificent design elements have earned the clubhouse a place on the National Registry of Historic Places. The Mediterranean Revival-style clubhouse is home to special spaces. Let's take a look. Treasures can be found in every nook and cranny. The striking first floor wood, brass, and title entrance foyer and grand staircases welcome members and guests from the beginning. Take time to enjoy the details. Did you know that the grill, Starboard Haven, and Port Haven spaces originally housed a boat repair, carpenter shop, sailor's bar, and mass storage? The second floor is home to entertainment spaces, both intimate and grand scale. The upper hall foyer was designed to be a lounge and contains many interesting architectural features and original furniture. 300 people could enjoy the main dining room, now the fountain room, featuring a lovely tiled fountain and a bas-relief tinted ceiling with sea creatures and gold leaf. The 6 original dining rooms could accommodate 800 diners at one sitting. In 1925, an outdoor dining terrace was enclosed, and in 1949 it became the River Vista Cocktail Lounge. Men were permitted in the River Vista only when escorting a feminine companion. The ballroom, the largest room in the clubhouse, was designed with dancing in mind. High ceilings, doors, and windows allowed for cross ventilation in the non-air conditioned space. It also showcases unique beams used in conjunction with the East Lounge. This 6,000 square foot space, the largest remaining wooden dance floor in Detroit, is available for the party of your dreams. The East Lounge was originally the club's gymnasium and includes an exquisite fireplace and newly restored ceiling. In 1927, it was redesigned under the direction of Arthur Keel, architect and DYC member, to address a need for a lounge accessible to both men and women. A sun porch off this space offers views of the harbor and outdoor pool. Peacock Alley was the Milady's Lounge. As early as 1930, it was referred to as Peacock Alley after the room of the same name in the Waldorf Astoria. The tile floors of Peacock Alley were executed by the Martin Gibson Company, using stock tile laid in interesting patterns. The trophy room was originally restricted only to men over 21 years of age. The 1923 main sheet proclaimed it was the one room reserved for members, sans wives, daughters, and sweethearts. A 1923 main sheet article boasted, "Your new swimming pool will exemplify Martin Gibson's supremacy in design and execution of artistic tile work." The pool is 25 by 75 feet and holds 8,500 gallons of water. The natatorium is an area that, with your generosity, the foundation hopes to restore. Over the decades, many rooms have been repurposed to match the needs of the time, but the beauty of the clubhouse remains. Join the DYC Foundation in working to restore and preserve her grandeur for the generations to come and her place in Detroit history.
Welcome back. I am now in Peacock Alley, and if you want to know where your money goes when you donate to the Detroit Yacht Club Foundation, behind me is just another example. These beautiful windows here, these were restored by the Detroit Yacht Club Foundation. They went back to the old photos to get that exact look that the building was built this way. So that's just another example of where your money is going for things that you donate today and for the auction. Now, I know I mentioned a few bigger items like traveling and not items that are tangible, but we do have a whole table here of items that you can bid on, and I just wanted to highlight a few here. This is a chance for you to take home a piece of history from the Detroit Yacht Club. This is a 28-piece set of china from the dining room. Now, this retails at $800, but the bidding is going to start at $600. And if you just look at how gorgeous this is, it would look great in any dining room. So definitely get bidding on that. And if you follow me over this way, we have a few more items here. Of course, we've got some good wine, but I did want to highlight item number 405, which is a Detroit History Club boat bag. So here's the boat bag, and as you can see, it comes with some cute little pins, and it's full of goodies. We've got coasters. I even saw a really cute shirt in there. So just some good Detroit goodies. You also get this Detroit Herstory book signed by the author, so very cool. And then follow me back this way. The Joe Louis Fist. This is a gorgeous photo taken by a Detroit photographer. Now this retails at $450, but the starting bid, just $250. And what I love about it, of course it's a gorgeous photo, but it is ready to go, and it would look great in any home. I mean, it would look great at my home, actually. But I am just enjoying being here in the Peacock Room, and while I sit here and admire these gorgeous windows that the Detroit Yacht Club Foundation has restored, I do want to mention that none of this would be possible without the work of Jim and Patty Anderson. So let's watch as Mark introduces us to them.
Hello again. We hope you're enjoying our virtual event so far. And we also hope you've got those smartphones bidding early and often on those silent auction items. I'm here tonight to say a few words about some very special friends of the DYC Foundation and the DYC. Jim Anderson and his wife Patty have shown extraordinary commitment to our mission to restore and preserve our clubhouse. Jim is with me to make some comments about his support. When the foundation began fundraising in 2012, the clubhouse was substantially deteriorated in many areas. Frankly, it was embarrassing. Fortunately, we had a good response to our initial appeal, allowing us to engage a professional assessment of building needs to set priorities. Then we were able to make grants to the DYC to address some of the most pressing needs. So, progress was underway when in 2014, something pretty significant happened. I got a call from Commodore Don Baker, who had always been a valued advisor and supporter of the foundation. He said, "Let's go talk to Jim Anderson. I think he might be interested in supporting the foundation's effort." It took me approximately a nanosecond to tell Don that this was an excellent idea. If you'll excuse a cliche, the rest is history. In 2015, Jim and Patty agreed to begin a 5-year matching gift program to encourage others to back the foundation and accelerate restoration. The program provided for a match of 50% on top of donations and net proceeds from fundraisers, up to a matching payment of $100,000 annually. As a result, their donations will amount thus far to $600,000 since the program began. This is a spectacular commitment to preserving our historic clubhouse and to the Detroit Yacht Club. Jim, it is hard to overstate just how grateful we are to you and Patty for this magnificent program. With your matching gift, we have moved restoration ahead much more quickly than originally thought possible. It will also help us accomplish more in the future. A memento to recognize your commitment is in production, and we look forward to presenting it to you and Patty in the next few weeks. On behalf of the Foundation's Board of Trustees and the entire DYC membership, we sincerely thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you, Mark. It's been great working with you and Don Baker, helping do our part to make the Detroit Yacht Club a better place. My interest in working on this project, though, goes beyond the Detroit Yacht Club. My father was born in 1890 in Norway. He came to the United States in 1910. He was a master carpenter. He did finish carpentry in a lot of the old famous places in Detroit. One of those was Rose Terrace. For those who may not recall the name, it was built for the Dodge family, and it was located in Grosse Pointe. That home opened in 1931. It was ranked as one of the finest homes in the world. In 1976, I took my father through Rose Terrace before it was torn down. It's a very famous home on the internet, but it's gone from the architecture of Detroit. And gone because it got to be too much of an expense to maintain it and appropriately occupy the home because of its size. My father, after walking through the house with me, making comments about where he had worked on the home, later in the evening found out the home was being torn down. At that time, he was in his 80s, and he looked at me and kept asking, why are they tearing this house down? We worked so hard to build this. There's somewhat of a parallel here with the Detroit Yacht Club. It is one of the most magnificent yacht clubhouses in the world. It fell into disrepair, but fortunately, because of Mark Lifter and the supporters of the foundation, considerable work has been able to be accomplished to turn the clubhouse around and get it on a trajectory towards magnificence once again. Unfortunately, maintaining a place like this is not cheap. But if it's not maintained, the cost to ever bring it back will be so enormous, I believe it would end up with the same fate as Rose Terrace, being torn down. I would hate to see that happen. And so for me, helping everyone at the Yacht Club preserve the Detroit Yacht Club Clubhouse is helping do my part to help preserve the history of Detroit and this particular iconic building. So my wife Patty and I committed to $500,000 if other members would match that amount over the years, over a 5-year period, to continue the restoration. That worked very well. In fact, our $500,000 was matched by more than $500,000 by other members of the club, and we're grateful for that. However, there's a lot more to do. And because of that, Patty and I are once again laying out the challenge to match whatever is brought by others to this great party, this grand old building. We would match up to $500,000 over the next 5 years. We're grateful that we're able to do this, but we're more grateful for all of you participating and helping to maintain the tradition of this fine building. So with that in mind, I encourage you to enjoy the auction, bid often, bid high. It's for a great cause. Thank you. Good night.
We are so lucky to live in a city with so many historic buildings, and I think that the Detroit Yacht Club is just the grandest of them all, which is why it's so important to make sure that this building continues to look like it's supposed to. But Mark, tell us why the support needs to continue year after year.
Couldn't agree with you more about the importance of restoration in the city and here at the Detroit Yacht Club. If I had to think about, what's behind our need to continue to do restoration, 2 words come to mind: age and size. Mm-hmm. So this building is almost 100 years old. We'll have our centennial in 2023. We hope to be farther along in restoration by then. The other factor is size. This is 93,000 square feet. It's the biggest yacht club, as far as we know, in the United States and arguably maybe the world.
Wow.
And obviously it's a grand design, it's a very special design, and it's worth preserving for the future. So that's why we need to continue to strive for your help in making donations for this beautiful building. One thing that happens, one of the reasons for the need for continuous funding is the fact that one thing that is not a surprise here at the Detroit Yacht Club Clubhouse is that there are surprises.
Yes.
When you go into an old building like this and you think you know what needs to be done, often you find out more work needs to be done. This was particularly true on some veranda work, where we thought it was just masonry and mortar and things like that, but we found out there were underlying severe structural issues, so we actually had to replace steel. So that's the kind of surprises you get, and why some projects cost a lot of money.
Like owning an old home, there's always something to fix.
Yes, that's true. That's true. So the other factor in funding needs is that we try to do it right. The foundation's philosophy has been to do the work right as much as we can the first time. Obviously we have to pay attention to budget, but budget is not the primary driver. The other thing we try to do is pay attention to historical considerations. You mentioned the windows in Peacock Alley. That's an example of where we could have taken a shortcut and not gotten exactly the right kind of windows to mirror what we had historically. So those are the kinds of things that drive costs and why we need your help. Another factor in doing things right is behind me here, this fireplace and the frieze on top, the sailing ship. That was in a terrible state of repair. We found the right artist to restore that properly. It looks probably more beautiful than ever. Of course, we don't know exactly what it looked like in 1923, but it's pretty fantastic, and because we had the right people and we didn't take shortcuts.
Right, and while we're talking about all the things that need to be restored here and those surprises and how you guys do not cut corners, how much would you say the foundation spends per year on restoring the yacht club?
In most years, we spend everything that's donated. Sometimes we preserve funds to take on larger projects, but to quantify it, typically we're probably spending about $200,000 to $300,000 a year on projects. That's a blend of funds that come from members attending fundraisers like this or just making donations. And as you just heard, our matching gift donor, Jim Anderson, has been a big factor in what we've been able to accomplish.
Yes, and so with a price tag like that, we're going to need to raise a lot of money. So I know I had mentioned earlier a few items that were available for the silent auction, but for those of you who maybe you don't need anything from the auction, but you would just like to donate, we are launching now Fund a Need. So what you can do is pull out your phones, and we'll start the Fund a Need at, say, $1,000.
Sure.
If anyone is interested, you can just type it into your phone and hit submit. And right here, we already have a few. We can see the donations coming in. We have a big thank you to Elaine and Matthew Lifter.
I mean, there may be a family connection here. I hate to admit it. There's not that many lifters in the world.
That is so nice. Well, they got the donations started, so keep it going. And you know, we mentioned behind us we've got this beautiful frieze, which is that textured plaster, and that's just another example of where your money is going. And so this is super exciting. So again, your support means everything for making this possible. So now let's look at some of the work that has been done with the foundation money so far.
The Detroit Yacht Club Foundation was incorporated in December 2010. The Clubhouse building was placed on the National Registry of Historic Places in May 2011, and the foundation was granted 501c3 public charity status in June 2012. Since the DYC Foundation began fundraising activities, it has funded over $1,650,000 in planning and restoration work. The foundation identified the preservation of the exterior of the clubhouse and eliminating water intrusion as its first priority, labeling the effort as Seal the Envelope. Soil and Material Engineers Incorporated estimated total Seal the Envelope costs in the range of $3.1 to $4.1 million. Seal the Envelope began on the east side, pool side, of the clubhouse. This area had recurring significant roof leaks that caused interior damage, as well as a substantial exterior surface breakdown such as stucco, lintels, masonry, glass block, and paint. The work began with removal of the unused projector room on the east roof and replacement of the deteriorating, cracked, and peeling stucco with a long-lasting new surface. Roof areas were restored at the demolition site, followed by reconstruction of damaged valleys in the tile roof over the east ballroom. After water intrusion was eliminated, interior repairs to plaster, ceiling beams, and painted surfaces were made. Work continued around the building to the south side front entrance, significantly improved the appearance of the club for arriving members and guests. Tile roof issues above the south face, around the tower, over the ballroom and east lounge, and around the east lounge chimney continued to be priorities. New stucco, replacement of the deteriorated windows, paint, masonry, and decorative items were ongoing projects. Substantial repairs were required to west side masonry and lintels, as well as repair and painting of deteriorated foundation room windows. Walls, ceilings, and exterior doors of the ballroom veranda were repaired and refinished. Windows in the second floor kitchen were replaced. A long-needed accessible entrance and associated lobby area were constructed, and a new awning put in place. Previously, the only entry close to the main entrance for those with disabilities was through the first floor kitchen. Repairs to the veranda over the binnacle room, a children's playroom, revealed significant concrete and steel damage, resulting in major repairs to these areas. The building sewer discharge system was found to be in danger of failure. Reconstruction was designed to improve the system and allow easier maintenance. Affected concrete walkways around the work were redone. The ceiling of the natatorium indoor pool shows damage from years of high humidity. The ceiling structure was examined by professional engineers who recommended proposed solutions. Temporary protective netting was installed to protect swimmers from any possible falling debris. The foundation also approved a grant to study potential energy savings, which led to the 2019-2020 boiler replacement and energy projects undertaken by the Detroit Yacht Club itself. In 2004, the DYC Strategic Planning Committee had commissioned an extensive historical and architectural study of the building. A major finding was that steel and concrete structural supports under the first floor were showing significant deterioration. The foundation commissioned an engineering study to determine current status. critical needs areas, and propose remediation systems. A structural floor strengthening pilot was successfully completed, showing an effective way to increase strength while working in a low crawl space under the clubhouse. Engineering work began on drawings to support the pool equipment room, the most critical area. The floor work under the pool mechanical room was completed in May 2020, and prioritizing began on the sections of the floor. Complete replacement of the roof and drain system also became necessary. In 2019, a grant was approved for replacement of the windows and doors in Peacock Alley. This included research to return these windows to their original historic design. 2020 saw the complete restoration and stenciling of the East Lounge ceiling, bringing this area back to its original intended look. Originally planned as a phased project over several years, the closing caused by the pandemic allowed time to complete the entire project by summer.
Wow, that is a lot of projects. And I'm just here in the ballroom right now. I know they showed what the ceiling looked like in the video, but just looking up at it, I mean, it is gorgeous, jaw-dropping when I saw it. And I just can't thank you all enough. Some donations are already rolling in. I want to remind you guys that the Fund a Need button, it's the green button, the green donate button that you can donate. And for anyone interested, we'll start the Fund a Need right now at the $500 level. So continue to donate. And while your donations come in, we do want to hear from a couple of people with a keen interest in the club.
Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Teresa DeRue. I'm the owner of Paintwork Detroit, and I was hired to restore the East Lounge. When Mark Lifter called me and I came down for my first visit, I was amazed by the size and the scope of this space. It was in sad shape, and I was really impressed, not just with the job itself, but the fact that a group of people, the foundation, had gathered together and were willing to take on such a project. So for me personally, it wasn't just about another job. It was about being part of history. All the people that I've met from the foundation all seem to have a personal, deep-rooted history here with their families, their childhoods. Probably many were married here. And I said, I want to be part of that. So in spite of the daunting task before me and my frightened crew, I'm happy to say that we were able to address each one of the challenges up there for you. As an artist, I'd like to share a couple of things about what it means to be involved in a job like this. First of all, you need people willing to be caretakers of a space of this caliber, to put their resources and their time and especially their trust in you. For me as an artist, it impacts me deeply to be that close to someone else's work, to try my best to replicate it. This room was built before my parents were born, so the history here is very rich and goes back very far, but it also moves forward. This is what I see all over Detroit right now, is people caring for this history of the past and bringing it forward, launching it forward another 50, 75, 100 years. I've been fortunate enough to have work in the Detroit Science Center, Fox Theater, Orchestra Hall, Fisher Building, but I have to say this job was by far the most challenging as an artist and probably the most daunting. So I'm really glad that we have success and everyone's happy.
Well, good evening. I am honored to be here. Matt Gwinta, another fellow member, just like yourselves. Tonight we're celebrating the hard work that our foundation has done these last 8 years. Detroit Yacht Club, designed by architect George Mason, is a fabulous building. It was designed and commissioned at a time when our city was making a statement on the world. We were the Silicon Valley of the 1920s. Maybe Silicon Valley is the Detroit of present day. But what we can say is that this building is our responsibility to keep its story going. The Preservation Fund has done a great job and continues to make sure that our building speaks. When we walk the corridors and the ballrooms and great halls, we are able to see what our forefathers at this club were celebrating. We're able to see the values and the greatness that they were projecting onto the world. As an architect walking in underneath Poseidon through our beautiful revolving door, you come into a motor lobby, you come up this grand staircase to an even grander main lobby to the clubhouse, and you recognize that there's a sense of arrival, a sense of story, of greatness that we are meant to feel. This building is meant to feel like our showplace, to feel like everyone's living room that's a member here. Their homes may not have all looked like this clubhouse, but this clubhouse was their home. And when they bring guests to this clubhouse, we are able to share with them a phenomenal experience, our best days, our most wonderful evenings and events. So I hope that all of you feel that same sense of pride that our forefathers wanted us to have. This evening, I hope you'll join me. We have a wonderful slew of items to bid on at our silent auction. We know how hard the foundation has worked to put this together, and we know all the great things that will happen from our bidding on these wonderful items.
Just told you the ceiling is gorgeous.
This is my beautiful
so many
wife,
projects
Tony.
that the Detroit Yacht Club
We're
Foundation is funding, and there's
DYC
such a need,
Dance
which
Club,
brings me back to
along with
the
Erica
Fund a
Gray.
Need. Remember the green donate button on your phone. Any amount you can give, we are so grateful for that. Right, Mark?
We sure are. And one thing to think about is that there's many restoration projects we do that you can see and appreciate. East Lounge is a perfect example of that. But there's others that you generally don't see. For example, we've had to do some significant work in our crawl space under the first floor to deal with deterioration of some of our support structures, our steel and concrete. And that required that we hire an engineering firm to come up with an innovative solution, because it's a very difficult working environment down there. And there's many more areas to go down there. And those are integral to the structure and support of the clubhouse itself. Roof repairs. It's almost a given that sooner or later we'll have to do more roof repairs. And there are some areas we haven't got to yet. For example, our natatorium, our indoor pool, that so many people enjoy, needs some significant work in its ceiling and its roof and some other aspects of that space.
And we've got the centennial coming up, so
we do.
Got to get it done.
Get that stuff done.
Yes, and I know that our foundation supporters will get it done. Again, keep those donations coming. We can't thank you enough. And while those donations come in, let's take a look let's hear from some supporters about why they give.
Hello everyone, my name is Alan Pugh. As some of you know, I am the current past Commodore of the Detroit Yacht Club. We're here with you today at this virtual event to raise money for the foundation of the Detroit Yacht Club. We've done a lot of restoration to keep this beautiful place updated. We have the largest yacht clubs per square foot, 93,000 in the country. And it takes a lot of money, it takes a lot of effort to continue to keep this gym as beautiful as it is. So the importance of the Detroit Yacht Club Foundation is not only just to ensure that we keep this beautiful gym glowing, but also it helps the actual club. We've had some tough times in the past, and through those tough times, we've been able to have the foundation to take care of the club. That allowed us to use the capital funds in other areas that were needed and not become a burden on the finances of the Detroit Yacht Club. So please give what you can and continue to give, because 2020 has been a tough year, but that doesn't mean that this beautiful building still doesn't need all the love and care that we need to give it.
Hi, I'm Marianne Motika. I've been a member of the club, my husband and I, Max, since, for 17 years. We've enjoyed it here so much that it has become a second home to us.
I actually worked here as a dock boy when I was in high school, and when I did that, I always thought someday I want to join that club because it was, I thought, such a cool place, just a great place. And the people seem very, very nice. And so now, I served a term just now on the board of directors, and from the board of directors standpoint, I don't know what DYC would do without the Detroit Yacht Club Foundation, because we couldn't afford to do all the preservation work that's been funded by the foundation committee. When the foundation actually started, I think our membership was almost at an all-time low. We had no money coming in, and thanks to the foundation, we were able to raise money to take care of this magnificent facility. What they have done for Detroit Yacht Club, I don't think a lot of members actually realize how much they've done.
And because of the contributions of our members, past members, people who are interested in historic preservation of Detroit buildings, and this is one of the most historic buildings in the city of Detroit. Historic preservation is really big right now. And one of the things that Max mentioned is that people don't realize the kinds of things that we've been doing with the foundation. We award grants, and one of the grants that we awarded was to replace all the windows here in Peacock Alley. Peacock Alley is one of my favorite places in the club. It's magnificent. The chandeliers were donated from the Horace Dodge estate. These windows were replicated so that these look like the original windows from when the building was built. There are so many things that the foundation has done that are not this visible. This is something I can point to and say how great it is. We also do so much work underneath the building, outside of the building. There's so many treasures within this building, and that's why we need help. We're asking for support. We're asking to support the board of directors, to grant awards, to maintain the integrity and the historic preservation of this George Mason treasure.
Hi, I'm Nora Zorich.
And I'm Tom Filardo.
We're on Midway 21, and we've been at the club. This is our 4th summer. Before finding our way to Detroit, we had lived in Ohio, and we spent time at a couple of different marinas. And then we opted to move to Michigan in retirement. And we started looking around saying there's got to be some place closer that we could be happier. And we eventually found our way to the Detroit Yacht Club and took a tour of the building. And then we were invited to stay for lunch. And it was that amazing combination of this beautiful structure and then just a wonderful warm welcome. That's the reason we moved to the DYC.
We are both interested in architectural history, Nora particularly in women's architecture, and me in architecture in general. And we were flabbergasted when we walked in and took a tour of the building, before the current restoration, obviously. But we feel really fortunate to belong to a place like this. First of all, we're fortunate enough to have boats, and so in the COVID era, it has provided an unbelievably wonderful respite for social distancing and continuing the social life. But we also feel a responsibility to curate this building as responsible custodians for the next several generations who are going to be here, because this building is going to last a long time. But it takes a lot of care, it takes a lot of attention, and unfortunately it takes a lot of cash to keep this building in the shape it's in. Of course, we all saw the wonderful restoration that took place in the East Lounge over the last few months that is representative of the sort of work that we need to continue. We hope that everybody understands our feeling of the necessity to curate this building for our progeny and for the next several generations, because the building, if it's taken care of, will last a long time. And we would hope that everybody chips in something, whatever they can, to keep this effort going.
Welcome back. Well, our silent auction is still going on, and as of a couple of minutes ago, we had quite a few items that have no bids on them, so you can get some good value. I want to remind you what those are. Item 801, this is an experience to drive a luxury vehicle for a week. You can drive a Corvette or a Cadillac. That starts at $800, valued at $1,200, so jump on that. Item 403, the Thunder in the Sky and American History combination. This is so great for the family. Take the family to the Henry Ford Museum or Greenfield Village. That's a 4-pack. You can also visit. There's 4 tickets to the Thunder over Michigan, which is the best air show to see. Item 611 is a good one, a personal favorite of mine. Have you guys ever done those? What do they call them? The pedal bar in Detroit. It's the pedal pub where you can just kind of roam Detroit and you can drink. So super fun. That's $350, but you can get it here for $250. I would hop on that one. And guys, the fist, that was a really cool one. Make sure you bid on that. Again, this is a Detroit photographer, and is a really cool picture of the Joe Louis fist. So get on that. And also, we've got the door prize drawing that is coming up soon. We've got 2 lovely wine baskets. If you love wine, stick around for that. A big thank you to the DYC Board of Directors for donating that one. And I just want to talk about, you know, everyone has a different reason for supporting the Detroit Yacht Club Foundation. So now let's hear from a few more people about why they give.
We're founders of the DYC Dance Club along with Erica Gray, and we have joined this club for the reason that we like to dance. And at the time I mentioned this to the membership chairman, they said, you know, we don't have a lot of dancers in this club. And I said, well, I think we can maybe work something out. We've done 9 dances so far, 3 times a year. We've raised $50,000. All the money we raise, we give to the Detroit Yacht Club Foundation. And we usually get about 200 to 300 people who show up for the dances, and it's quite a bit of fun. This is the largest wooden floor ballroom left in the city limits of Detroit, and it's quite a draw because if you are a dancer, you want to dance on wood. It's a lot easier on the feet than dancing on cement.
It's a wonderful social experience to dance in a ballroom, especially one as beautiful and historic as this one that's here at the Yacht Club. People love to get dressed up. They come with their partner, or they sometimes come without a partner, and singles are invited, couples are invited. We have wonderful music, live music, big band music for our 3 times a year dance, one in September, one in December, and one in April. It's an ongoing activity. People look forward to it. Some people are so excited at the end of the dance, they are ready to register for the next dance. What a wonderful way to enjoy some time on the water, in the sunshine, in the ballroom, and then raise money for the foundation, for the restoration. So when we joined here in 2013, there was damage to the ceiling here in this room, which has recently been repaired, and it's just glorious, don't you think?
It is glorious. And what's really interesting about looking at this ballroom, which is just to our left here, is it's obvious after you've studied it for a while, you understand how central dancing was to the yacht club back in the day. Because that ballroom is designed with cross ventilation, which you don't find in very many ballrooms. It's also designed with a very high ceiling and clear story windows, which we ask and they open up for us so that the heat can escape. Because when you get 200 plus people dancing in here, it can get real hot if you can't control the temperature.
We love this dance club. We've met many wonderful people. Some people have joined us as members of the Yacht Club. We just look forward to many more years of dancing at the Yacht Club.
Hi, my name is Bill Torrance, and my wife is Cindy, who is not here today. We joined the club 2 years ago, right about now. We were in Lexington and on our way back home, and we decided to stop here. And we ended up staying here a little over a week and liked this place so much that we decided to join. We found it to be very friendly, very accommodating, and very impressive. and a lot of history was here, and just had to be a part of it. So we did join, and in our first year we ended up getting a dock on Midway. So here we are, members enjoying ourselves, and we've gotten involved with the foundation to help raise funds to renovate the building. And what I would like to see is to be able to raise enough funds to bring the building as close to complete restoration as possible by its centennial in 2023. Yeah, the beauty of this building, it was built in an era back in the 1920s where you will not see this kind of architecture anymore, the detail and the intricacy of all the work that's in here. That era is gone, so I feel we need to preserve it. We need to preserve it because this is a beauty that can last forever if we maintain it. It'd be nice to see all the members contribute after the East Ballroom was done and saw how beautiful that looked. This whole building could be just like that, just like it was brand spanking new going back in time. So please look into your pockets and look into your hearts and contribute to this beautiful building and to this club. And we'll see you at its centennial in 2023.
Good evening. My name is Loretta Roundtree, and welcome to our segment of the DYC Foundation's at-home Clubhouse Restoration event.
I'm Kim Ingram. This is our 5th voting season with the DYC. One of Detroit's architectural treasures is the DYC's Clubhouse, which, by the way, happens to be listed on the National Register of Historic Places. Loretta?
We've loved our involvement with the foundations in terms of contributing and participating in the events. The events are always fun-filled, and it empowers us to make a difference in the restoration of this beautiful clubhouse. What's not to love about it?
The club has been a very vital part of our summers. We come here on Fridays and we leave Monday mornings. And being at the club is not just about the social aspect. There are a lot of clubs and organizations that are part of this club.
The people that we have formed relationships with have not only become our friends, but we like to think of them as our DYC family, and family they are. I don't have any doubt that if we were ever in need of anything, we could reach out to many people here who would not think twice about helping in, as would we for any of them. Being able to contribute, albeit a silent auction purchase or just a contribution at the gala, is a wonderful way to contribute to the restoration and sustenance of this beautiful building.
To preserve our club, it takes not just cosmetic, but also structural repairs and improvements. These efforts are funded by our donors. Please consider becoming a donor. Thank you.
Welcome back here in the Peacock Alley at the silent auction, and I just wanted to show you another cool item up for auction. Item number 421, which is pretty significant this year, if you didn't know, was the 100th anniversary of women getting their right to vote, the 19th Amendment, and this gift basket here celebrates that. We've got a red, white, and blue scarf, some champagne, a book about the history of the movement. Ooh, don't want to mess it up. It looks so pretty. So get to bidding on that. Again, the silent auction will end at 8 o'clock. So get your bids in. And once the auction does end, you're going to want to check out with the red button so you can finish that transaction. But right now I've got a lot of wine in front of me, and I want to introduce you to Midge Savage. She is the chair of the Gala committee. Hi, Midge.
Hi. So glad you're with us this evening.
Oh, I'm having so much fun. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, some great wine in front of us. But you know, all day or all night, we've been talking about people's favorite part of the club, and I was curious what yours was.
My favorite room in the building is the trophy room, especially at Christmas time, with all its twinkling lights and red, white, and blue.
They really dress it up.
Yeah, it's a great place to be. The whole club is, but that room in particular. What about you? What's your favorite spot?
It's hard to pick. Typically, I would maybe say the indoor pool. It's where I learned how to swim, but I just love the the balcony looking out at the docks, the stairs. That's where we took the swim team pictures every year, and it's where I brought a whole group of friends and my prom date back in high school, and we took pictures there. So the stairs are really special to me, I would say. Great. Yeah.
Well, we unfortunately can't keep this wine. But the people who purchased a ticket to join us for this wonderful evening are entered into a drawing. And our first prize is this wonderful basket of 5 bottles mixed red and white from very, very highly rated Wine Spectator magazine choices. So someone should have some very happy sipping. Shall we see who's the joy?
I'm a wine lover, and that all looks like some good stuff. So let's
we'll
spin it up.
There we go.
Okay, and I'm going to open this. And I will let you read the lucky winner. Oops.
The lucky winner is...
Wait, before we read it, I gotta make sure that they know what they're going to win. Again, here's a closer look at these lovely bottles of wine. Good stuff, right? So who's the winner?
Well, Nancy Ferrand is going to have many a happy evening this winter.
Yay! Awesome. Well, congratulations to her.
But don't go away.
Okay.
If you didn't win the first one, we have a chance for a second very special piece.
Okay.
These are 5 gold medal winner 2016 Bordeaux wines, courtesy of a donation of some well-traveled club members who brought them back. You'll get the specs about how wonderful they are and their ratings and where they specifically came from. Again, someone's headed for some happy sipping.
Happy sipping.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. This is, who will the lucky person be? There you go.
And this happy person is Tara Blanchard.
Yay, Tara!
Congratulations to our winners,
Congratulations.
and thank you for supporting our event.
Of course.
Great to talk with
I
you.
am so happy to be here. Well, while we kind of get this sorted out, let's hear from a few more people about their favorite part of the Detroit Yacht Club.
Hi, my name is Martha. My favorite thing about the yacht club is the ballroom. Hands down, before I was ever a member, I came here for a wedding, and it was mesmerizing.
My name is Paul McEntee. My favorite part of this historic club is the inside ceilings. It's got a very historic 1920s feel, very grand ballroom, very great.
Hello, my name is Ron Ann McGill, and one of the features that I truly enjoy in the clubhouse are on the landing of the second floor at the top of the stairs are these sconces that are all the way around. Some of them depict men in boats, as this one does, and some of them depict boats that look as if they are Viking ships.
What's not to love about the DYC Clubhouse? I love so much about it, but mostly the architecture and design, the traditions, and all of the wonderful history surrounding the clubhouse, the activities and events that we have there, and the time we spend there together.
Dan Nowicki here, talking about the DYC and my 2 favorite architectural things. One is standing on the 3rd floor, looking over the balcony, over the ballroom that goes back to 1929. And then as you wander down the stairs into the ballroom, you'll find the fireplace in the back corner with a face on it that's extraordinary.
Hi, I'm Arlene Oakland. You may know me as Mrs. Mark Lifter. One of my favorite spaces in the club is the new accessible entrance mini lobby that was created by funding from the foundation. And the reason that's one of my favorite spaces is I know that all my friends who are artists who have come for several years to the yacht club for our meetings no longer have to walk their paintings in through the kitchen. They now can come in a proper entrance to go to the meeting. I really appreciate the work that the foundation has done.
Hi, my name is Leon Saperstein, and I'd have to say my favorite room in the clubhouse is the bar. It's a great place to be at night.
Hi, my name's Debbie Saperstein, and my favorite part of the clubhouse, the second favorite part, is the big fireplace in the ballroom. My first place is outside.
Hi, I'm John Savage. My favorite architectural feature in the club is the special light fixtures. especially the boats in the upper lobby and in the Power Squadron room.
Hello, my name is Mitchell Jaworski. I love the Detroit Yacht Club, but the best thing I love about the Detroit Yacht Club Clubhouse is the grand staircase in the lobby.
Of all the multitude of beautiful architectural features and facets the club has to offer, I don't think a day goes by when I walk into the clubhouse building when the grandeur of the staircase doesn't take my breath away. Truthfully, of all the places I've been in the world, I don't think there is a more prominent, grand entranceway that any building has ever had.
Hi, my name is Bruce Muncie. My favorite part of the DYC is to just get out in front of the club itself and just look at it, and you see a sight that you never see almost any other place in the world. It is so beautiful. It looks like it could be in Lisbon or Spain or Italy, and it's right here, right in our backyard. And it is one of the most beautiful sights in Detroit.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, the silent auction will end at 8 o'clock, and so far it's been very successful, so we thank you so much for that. But remember to click the red checkout button when the auction does end, and if you do that before midnight, you will be entered in to win a prize. Lots of prizes to give away here. This will be it's like a nautical
sea bag.
Yeah, it's a sea bag, which is really cool. And then also, keep an eye out for your email, because you will be getting a trivia email that you could also win another prize. So stay tuned for that. But Mark, this has just been a great night and super successful. How much money have we raised right now?
Well, we're still counting, and the auction is still going, but we are up to about $82,000.
Wow!
So we feel pretty good about that. And you know, we do have some expenses, but compared to our usual galas, our expenses are quite a bit lower for this kind of an event. So I think we're netting out some reasonable fundraising, and we appreciate everybody's donations, purchases, sponsorships, tickets, benefactors. It's been great that you've been able to help us.
Yes, and you mentioned it's $82,000 right now, but the silent auction is still going on, and Fund a Need as well. So keep those donations rolling in. We appreciate them.
That's right.
And Mark, I've had such a fun night hosting this event, but I've got to believe there's a lot of behind the scenes work that goes on.
There's a surprising amount of work in an event like this. It might be simple. We thank Main Content, our video production company, for their work. They've done a fantastic job. We also thank our videographer, Alex Atwell, yeah.
Alex
Atwell, who
Local 4 too.
Did a great job. Also Local 4, that's right. Got a few plugs in for Local 4.
That's right.
And I want to especially thank our Gala committee. They worked very hard, very long on this. I also want to thank Midge. You met her a little bit earlier in one of the earlier segments, and she did a masterful job of bringing this all together and keeping us on target. I want to take a moment just to make a special remembrance, kind of. We lost one of our past Commodores, A.J. Telmos, just not too long ago. And A.J. was a special man. I think all of us who knew him recognized that. He made many, many contributions to our club over the years with his wife Candace and their children. And one thing that I need to say in connection with this event is that AJ was one of the early strong supporters of the concept of creating a foundation at the Detroit Yacht Club. I think without his leadership and his support, you know, maybe this wouldn't have happened, and you can imagine, you know, what we would have missed out on. So, you know, it just, I want to give our condolences to Candace and her family, and just remember that we all appreciated AJ so much. So, donors, again, I thank you all for everything you've done tonight and in the past, and you'll probably do in the future. At least we sure hope so. And last but not least, the lady on my left, Kim, did a wonderful job, and I guess we could give her a hand.
Aw,
At least I will.
A virtual hand.
A virtual hand.
I was, when I got the call to do this, I was so flattered. Like I said, this place means so much to me, and to know that there's a foundation restoring and preserving this place, I mean, it's just the best thing ever.
Well,
and Mark, this thing couldn't happen without you,
well,
so thank you so
for
much.
That, and there's a lot of other people behind me, that's for sure. So have a good night, everybody, and we will see you soon.
Yes. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.